I was always really fascinated by the environment and I guess just how the world around me worked. And in high school, I was super interested in math and science, and I really wanted to discover how I guess the theory I was learning in class could be applied to real world applications and how I'd be able to solve problems. And so as I progressed through grades 11 to 12, my interest in science shifted more towards physics and chemistry and away from biology. And then I learned sort of that engineering was a field where I'd be able to combine my passion for problem solving to help make real impacts one day. And engineering appealed to me over like some other math and science related degrees for its flexibility for me to pursue a wide range of paths while still able to apply a strong technical foundation to support environmental responsibility and community engagement. I ended up choosing Queen's in general for its strong, I guess, academic reputation, its general first year, and then also for like the collaborative community it fostered among its students. And so I took like a lot of foundational math and physics and chemistry courses that really exposed me to different engineering disciplines. And I wasn't too sure of what I wanted to go into in first year, but each engineering department hosted information sessions for first years deciding on which discipline they wanted to move forward with. And the one that had the most memorable impact to me was mining, which quite frankly was an industry I literally knew nothing about at the time. And so when I was listening to various speakers and upper year students about their experiences, my perspective was completely changed and I was really drawn to the industry, especially within mineral processing for the combination of applied chemistry and environmental considerations, as well as the broader role that I learned mining plays in supporting modern infrastructure and global development. And I valued the idea of a career that would be dynamic and potentially involve travel rather than being confined to a traditional office setting. The summer after first year, I had the opportunity to work in an open pit gold mine in a country in Western Africa called Mauritania, which I had also never heard of at the time. So I primarily worked with the metallurgy team in the lab, but I also had the chance to shadow other technical teams to get an idea of how a large scale mine operates. And at this time, when I entered this position, this was my first time ever experiencing the mining industry, learning what I guess an open pit mine was, learning what mineral processing was. And I came back from my summer internship a lot more certain about my discipline selection, and I was really eager to learn more about the industry. A really big hurdle I had to overcome that I wasn't really expecting, or I just didn't think of at the time, was the language barrier. So a lot of workers in my department were locals, and they didn't speak very much English. In Mauritania, the national languages are Arabic and French, and the only French I had was from grade 9 and 10, which I didn't remember much of. So it made my transition to work especially hard at first, since I was also away from home in a new environment that I knew nothing about with people I didn't know. And so I just kept persisting and I didn't give up when I felt stuck. And honestly, asking a lot of questions to various people to get a better understanding of things I didn't know or clarify concepts really helps. And it really helped me to learn from these people where communication was made a lot more challenging than usual. But also the mining community I found was really, really welcoming, and everyone I met there and everyone I was introduced to really helped to make the transition easier, even as a former intern working in a new country that I didn't really know much about. My coworkers made sure that I felt genuinely welcome on site, and everyone I met was really willing to answer my questions and actually take time out of their workday to like sit with me and help me learn, which made it a lot easier. So this summer, I'm really looking forward to working as an intern at another gold mine, but this time in the Chilean mountains. So I'm super excited to experience the mining in a new environment and learn a lot more about process metallurgy specifically. So, however, longer term, I'm hoping to pursue a graduate degree and complete research focusing on sustainable advancements within the industry and reducing environmental impacts, specifically of pyrometallurgical processes. So, pyrometallurgical operations like refining and smelting are really essential as the global green energy transition is demanding a lot more high purity metals, especially those that are classified as critical minerals. So these processes, however, are also really high cost and they produce significant carbon emissions. So addressing these challenges is an area which I hope to contribute to through innovation and process optimization. Before I got into the industry, like when you think of mining, you think of coal mining, you think of environmental destruction, but that's really not the case. Especially in Canada, the industry takes it very seriously, their impact on the environment and reclamation after projects are completed, as well as community involvement and engaging with community and different Indigenous communities in which they're I guess operating on their lands. And again, I'm really interested in like the environmental aspect or the environmental side of things, specifically again with pyrometallurgical processes as they're so carbon intensive. And it's also so critical right now, especially when we're thinking of like copper smelting, copper refining, as you know, electrification is a really big thing right now and you need copper for electricity. So I think that's a really big opportunity for me where I could help make a really big impact in the industry. Honestly, in high school, I knew I wanted to go into engineering, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with engineering, which is another, like, again, it was the reason why I chose engineering because it had such a wide variety of paths. And even like if I wanted to, I could have gone into business with engineering. But I'm really glad it led me to where I am because this is definitely something unique and something I am super, super excited to continue forward with. I'd say keep your options open. And one thing I've learned from the past year and a bit I've had in university and with the different opportunities I've been presented is to always say yes. So whenever an opportunity is presented to you and you're unsure if you should take it, just say yes, just go for it. So not only will you grow as an individual doing things that maybe you don't think you'd like or make you a little uncomfortable at first, but you'll also learn about a lot about yourself. And the worst thing that can come from trying something new is learning that you don't like it very much. And in that case, that's just something you now know that you won't have to pursue in your future.